My name's Joy. I'm one of the founders of theSPACE. I wanted to take a moment just to tell you a little bit about our 8-week program. It's a market validation program. And as an incubator here in Cairns, we've identified that over the years, we've now been doing this for 6 years, that one of the biggest challenges that entrepreneurs have is getting started. It really is, there's never been a better time to be an entrepreneur, but it's still freaking hard. So to share the program that we've developed, which is designed for people just like you, and how we might be able to help you turn your idea into reality. So I know as well as anybody, as an ideas person, what it's like to be that person with an idea but not know what to do with it. And whilst I've had some relative success in business, built and sold an online travel business and started a multitude of other businesses, there's also been some epic failures that I've had. One particular one, I Am Connected, cost me 40 grand, and fundamentally it's still on the shelf. I haven't got back to it. But it was at that point that I looked and thought, well, how do you actually do this? How do you effectively turn an idea into reality? And nothing like the pain of like spending 40 grand, right, to wake you up to that learning. So I started looking more broadly internationally around where ideas were flourishing, and you look to places like Silicon Valley and you see they've got an ecosystem that's been established there over the years to help support ideation, turning ideas into reality. So I thought, well, we need to do that here in Cairns. And so then started looking around at where were the other entrepreneurs, innovators that we could connect to? Where were the specialist service providers? Where were the mentors, local, state, federal government? Where were the investors, media? Where were the key players that helped to constitute what an ecosystem was? And they weren't prevalent. They weren't immediately present. So we started building out an ecosystem, and that's to support the development of our idea, then also the broader communities. And now this is something that we're extending right out throughout Australia. And beyond that, it's not just the ecosystem, it's that process of, I've got an idea, what do I do with it? So from being you, that person with an inspired thought, what are the steps, what are the actions that you can take? Because the reality is the risks are real. And we although I define risk as the loss of time, money, and energy, but fundamentally the risks extend across a gambit of different risk profiles, the risks that we have to our mental well-being, because it's tough, it really is challenging. The risks that we have financially, the risks that we have to our health, relationships, they're all very real. But so my job as a startup and innovation coach is to help you mitigate that risk, to avoid ending up in what we call the valley of death from what you can see here. My job is to get you from, hey, I've got an idea, through to a proof of concept. Proof of concept being where you've got a product that people are willing to pay for at a price that you need, that will enable you to make a profit. So that's my job fundamentally. We've been doing this for a number of years now, really focused on building out the community and the support structure. Because essentially, entrepreneurship's not a Robinson Crusoe type sport. It really is a team game. We've got a saying, it takes a village to raise a startup. So we've really been working on building out the community. We want to invite you into that. And we've had a multitude of different support from government officials, from Queensland Treasurer, even the Prime Minister coming and spending time here at theSPACE. So let's get you started. Essentially, like as a person that has an idea that's potentially new to business, I understand it's like, well, what the bloody hell do you do? How do you actually do this? We've figured out a process, and it does start with you helping you to establish a really solid platform, a solid base from which to grow, because essentially an organization will only grow, or a venture will only grow as much as the founder will let it. And so my job is to help you climb this ladder from understanding, creating awareness around who you are as a person and your strengths, your gaps, that sort of thing, and then right through to ideas screening, opportunity development, ideally up to this stage of proof of concept, and then also connecting you through the broader community at the same time, the broader support structure. So fundamentally what we're doing is building this entrepreneurial muscle. My job is to keep you focused, disciplined, help you to take right action, and build that belief in yourself. Because you know what, I know how terrifying it can be. I know when I started my first online business, I remember I announced to my broader community that I was going to start a business. And a few weeks into it, I remember thinking, wow, I wish my office would burn down so that I could just go back and get a job, because it's hard when you don't know what to do, and just the emotions, I really fully appreciate how challenging this role can be, taking this path can be. It doesn't have to be, and that's why I'm here to help support you. Build that belief in yourself. Create positive habits to help reinforce that as well. I just wanted to share a story with you. This is a photo of me in October 2017, and I don't mean to share a half-naked photo with you of myself, but I wanted to highlight a point. You know, I am someone that's always been relatively active in going to gyms for the last 20 years, and I've always had mediocre results. But I did something different in October last year that turned my results, which took them to the next level, essentially. I competed in April 2018 in my very first bodybuilding competition, and these were some of the photos that are from that comp. And essentially the thing that I did different is I found a coach that had the success that I wanted, and I paid them to help support me. And it's at that point in April that I got my body to the state that I always wanted it. And then I looked back and I thought, wow, 20 years ago, I wish I would have did this 20 years ago. So as I feel like I've not wasted that time, but you know, I didn't get the growth that I wanted up until then. So it's a really powerful lesson for me, is like looking for coaches to help support you get the results that you want, people that have the success that you want, and pay them. And it just really helps to accelerate your growth. So the program is an 8-week program, and we focus in on teaching you some fundamental skills from agile planning, idea screening, establishing core assumptions, creating minimal viable products. And again, my job is to help you mitigate risk along the way and help build that entrepreneurial muscle. Teach you how to test your core assumptions and teach you around pivoting and persevering. Fundamentally, what this does is it creates a learning cycle. So I'm going to teach you about how to actually use this learning cycle to find the way when you can't know the way. So this is a tool that we've developed to help take an idea, which is fundamentally intangible, and put it in a logical business structure so that you can look at it objectively and go, wow, is this something that I should do? And you can see that there's an external component here and an internal component. External being the 5 rows on the top, the 5 columns on the top, and internal being the 5 columns on the bottom. So we teach you around how to use this as a tool to screen your ideas, so that you can look at the risk profile of that idea and determine, is this something that I should move forward with? And then from there, teach you how to take a step forward as risk aversely as possible. You may have heard the saying, fail small and fail quickly. Essentially, that's what we're teaching you how to do. So my job is to help you to climb this ladder, to get you to that proof of concept stage as quickly as possible. But the reality is, it might be that you devalidate your idea. You find out that this idea actually wasn't something that you should have pursued. There's no viable market for it. And it's better to do that before you've invested all your resources in building it out. So I teach you how to do that leanly, to preserve your resources, and then provide you with support structure, connecting you into the broader community around you. So my job is essentially to be your coach through this process. So we've developed an 8-week program. On Tuesdays, there's content delivery. Thursdays, we have a group online coaching where you get to ask questions and get to know some of the other members of the community as well. We have weekly accountability. On Friday, you'll post the actions that you've taken through the week, the success that you've had. And Sundays, we set your intentions for the next week ahead. You'll be connected into a private community. And I say private communities because we're not inviting everybody into this program. The fact that you're watching this video is, I've identified that you are somebody that I would like to work with. I'd like to work with to help teach you how to effectively be an entrepreneur and how to start, how to build that, the mindset of an entrepreneur, and then beyond that, how do you actually take that first step? So we've got a community, because it is a hand-picked community. It's not a group. It's not anyone can join. This is people that are like you, like-minded, that are on this journey as well. We really are taking this journey together. And I've got a whole bunch of templates in that we can help support you with as well. And obviously keep you motivated, connected, and moving forward, taking right action. It's about teaching you the skills, the process, and that's at the heart of it. What it is, it's a process of how to find the way when you don't know the way. But not only that, it's about teaching you around how to create a life where you get to wake up each day and do what you were born to do, as opposed to go to a job. Essentially, I think that entrepreneurship is the future, and teaching you how to be a part of that journey. So I encourage you to reach out to me, get back to me via this email after you've watched this video. I'd love to organize a call to see genuinely if you're interested in being part of this community. And if you are, well then let the journey begin.